The following game has been brought to you by Bird in Hell, the board game, RACHI edition. Because f*** Serene Grace.
Try this on her sides, mister.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Your Average Noob. My name is Brandon, and welcome to week number 2 of the Universal Analyst Leagues. We are taking on Zamcro and the Blackmont Raikougars, I want to call them. And we, of course, are the Toronto Smeargles. So yeah, this week we went up against Zamcro and the Blackmont Raikougars. Zamcro, really good battler. I watched some of his videos. He'll be linked in the description below, but I watched some of his videos, and he definitely knows what he's doing. So I went into this battle a scared little man. But I'll show you off the team first. Team I brought is LeBron, the S-Cavalier, a defensive variant, physically defensive variant, with Knockoff, Mega Horn, Iron Head, and Drill Run, with Shell Armor just to avoid any critical hits. I didn't feel like Overcoat was useful in this match, and I don't think the Overcoat really wouldn't have affected it much. Shell Armor definitely was. It did prove to be somewhat effective in this match, so we'll watch for that. Sequoia, the Venusaur came with Black Sludge, Overgrow. It's a mixed defensive variant. Leech Seed, Earthquake, Knockoff, and Giga Drain. I actually ran a neutral nature. I think it was Serious on the Venusaur this week, just because I didn't want to lower anything. I wanted it to be I wanted it to have some speed. I wanted it to have some defense, so I didn't want to sacrifice anything. So I just ran a neutral nature on it. I brought Aqua, the Latios, holding the Life Orb with Levitate, Draco Meteor, Energy Ball, Psyshock, and Defog. This one was just full out special attack, quick, hard hitting, Life Orb, just hit things, hit them hard. I brought Rotom, the Motorhead, with Choice Scarf, Levitate, kind of the same thing I brought last week against Stay Musical. It's got 252 special attack, 248 in speed, and 8 in HP. The 248 basically allowed me to outspeed everything while not sacrificing any. Didn't sacrifice me any outspeeds, and it was pretty much exactly what I needed. I think it was to outspeed the. What does he have on his team that was really fast that I was worried he might break? I can't remember, but I think it actually outsped. I don't know if it outsped Choice Scarfed Crocodile, but yeah, I don't know. So obviously the hidden power ice there for Crook if I wanted to predict him on a switch. The Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Ball, Volt Switch. I brought Serpentera, the Milotic, holding the leftovers with competitive because that Crocodile does carry Intimidate, so that would be nice to have just in case. Ice Beam, Scald, Mirror Coat, and Recover. Mirror Coat for that Thunderous he has, if he wanted to use it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to remember I couldn't, on the previous crit, I couldn't see Thunderous for some reason. He had the Thunderous. I knew if he hit me hard enough, I was able to knock him out with the Mirror Coat. And then I brought Armageddon, Mega Camera Up, making his season debut. This one has, of course, Magma Armor. It's just a Camera Up that has Magma Armor, but of course it has Sheer Force when it Mega Evolves. Flamethrower, Iron Head, Earth Power, and Stone Edge. Kind of what I'm considering a standard set for a Camera Up. I just ran a mixed Camera Ups because I wanted to have the Iron Head there for the Florges. So we'll see how that going in. But he brought the Jirachi, the Mega Medicham, the Crook, the Thunderous, the Florges, and the Excelgor, which I was not expecting, and I was kind of scared when I saw it. I'm like, he's going to try and hazard stack on me. Luckily, I did bring Defog on the Latios, but I'm still like, I really don't want to see him hazard stacking me because Excelgor, of course, can have the spikes. He can have the... can he have the rocks too? I think he has the spikes, and then he could set up rocks at the Crook. He could set up rocks at the Jirachi, so he could definitely hazard stack me if he wanted to, but I doubt he was really aiming to hazard stack on me because I have Latios, I have Hitmontop, and I have something else that can defog. I have Togekiss that can defog, so I feel like a lot of coaches are going to try and defog on me. Hazard stack me because I have so many options to get rid of the hazards. But let's get right into the match. I've watched the match once since we played it a couple days ago. I'm just rewatching it now for the second time in a row, so if I kind of screw up on the recap, but I digress. So he leads off with his Crocodile, and I'm going to lead off with my Armageddon. So I don't like this matchup at the beginning. I should have guessed he was going to lay out the Crook, but I thought it was kind of obvious, so I led off with Camera Up. So I switch out to Sequoia to take the Earthquake. Sequoia takes the Earthquake decently enough. I don't have standard recovery on this thing, but I have the Giga Drain to hurt the Crocodile. So I just go for the Leech Seed, figure it's a safe play. So he goes out to the Jirachi. I get some health back, and here's where well, actually, he doesn't do it here, actually, never mind. But he goes into the Aladdin, the Medicham, so I'm like, fine, he's going to go for, he's going to probably go for the Fake Out. So I double into Motorhead, the Rotom, and he definitely actually goes for the Fake Out, so I've, guessed that really nicely. So he's going to go out now because he doesn't want to take a Shadow Ball or anything like that. He goes out to King Crooked, the Crocodile. I'm like, well, I might as well just Will-O-Wisp. I can cripple the Medicham, or I can cripple something else he wants to bring in. He brought in the Crocodile. That's really good. So I go back into Venusaur. Venusaur's just going to eat up Earthquakes now if he wants to do it. He just sets up his rocks. That's no big deal. I have the defog on Latios if I really need it, so... he goes back out to Jirachi, and here's where I realized what he was doing with this Jirachi. I should have planned better for it, but I didn't. So he's going to whip out the Heart Stamp with the Jirachi now that I find out. So he's going to go for it right here. He's going to go for that Heart Stamp. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Heart Stamp, of course, being a flinching move. And Jirachi gets dual stab moves that flinch in Iron Head and Heart Stamp. So I'm about to have a fun time with this Jirachi. And as you can see, it's already beginning. The flinch hacks is already starting to begin. And I'm not, now, by no means by saying Zamcro was being a dick by doing this. I mean, it's Serene Grace, flinch. He's taking advantage of what he has in Jirachi. I can't say anything. I have a Serene Grace Pokemon myself in Togekiss, and I actually used the flinch hacks last week with my Togekiss, so I can't really say much about it. But he's going to do the exact same thing I did last week, but he's going to do it with his Rachi, and he does a lot better than I did last week. I'll give him that too. So he's got his Rachi, and he's Heart Stamping me, and I just basically get off the recover right in the nick of time, and he keeps on going for Heart Stamps. I'm just trying to recover at this point. He eventually, I think he switches out at this point. He feels like he's probably not going to get me knocked out if I hit the recover when I need to. So he goes out into Thunderous. I get the recover off, which is really nice. Now at this point, I'm going to pause it right here. At this point, I think to myself, okay, he's going to go right for that Thunderbolt because maybe he thinks I can take it out if I'm not a special defensive variant, which I am because I can, well, I don't know if he would have been able to tell I was a special defensive variant at that point because I don't think he really hit me much with especially offensive moves. So I'm thinking to myself, he's probably just going to go straight up for the Volt Switch, or he's going to go for the Thunderbolt. So I go straight up for Mirror Coat. So he goes for the Nasty Plot, though, and then I go for the Mirror Coat, and I'm like, shit, I don't know what the hell. He's going to sweep me now. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I can just go for the Ice Beam and hit this thing if I just possibly live, or I can switch out and just get lambasted. My only other thought was go to Camerupt. But my whole thought is he has Nasty Plot up, and now he's going to hit me with the Hidden Power Water. He's going to guess the Hidden Power, guess the Camerupt's coming out, hit me with the Hidden Power Water. So I'm like, I don't really want that, because I'm paranoid that every special attacker my opponent's bring has Hidden Power Water at this point. That's what Mega Camerupt can do for you. When it's slow and Fire Ground, you just assume everybody has Hidden Power Water. So I guess he's going to go for the Hidden Power, and he does. I'm shocked. I was actually not expecting it. I thought he was just going to go straight up for the Thunderbolt, and I'm like, I'm going to be dead. But he doesn't. I get off an Ice Beam. That takes over half to him. So I'm like, at this point, I'm like, I can either go for the Mirror Coat if he predicts and goes for Thunderbolt, because I'm pretty sure at this range I can live. So I'm gonna stay in and just go for the other Ice Beam, because that way if he switches, I can get some damage off on something he switches on instead of getting no damage with the Mirror Coat. So he's gonna go with the Thunderbolt. I live on 6%, which is so nice. And I get the Ice Beam off, and I take him out, which is really nice. So we are up 6-5 at this point, which is nice. He brings back in Medicham, and I'm like, alright, just gonna go right back out to Rotom, which is a stupid move on my part. He should have seen that coming by this point, and he does, and he gets the Zen Headbutt, and that pure powered Zen Headbutt from the Mega Medicham annihilates Motorhead. So I go to Latios, which I have enough speed to outspeed him, obviously, so he's gonna get out of there. I just take the Side Shock, hit Florges with it, and does a really nice amount of damage for something that's supposed to be a wall. Special wall, of course, usually. It's usually how it's played. So I'm getting a nice amount of damage off, and his Mary Jane's on the brink of death. He goes to the Aromatherapy, gets the burn off the Crook, and at this point, I'm kind of like, I'm just going to keep on going for Side Shocks. I have nothing to lose if I do. So he goes out to King Crooked, the Crocodile. I hit it with a Side Shock. Obviously, it does nothing because of the Dark typing there. I'm going to switch out into Venusaur. He's going to get off another Earthquake. I think he gets off a knockoff at this point. Yes, he gets off a knockoff. There goes my Black Sludge. I have no means of recovery that I don't have to hit a move for. It's like Leech Seed or Giga Drain now. So I just go for the Earthquake, predicting the Jirachi to come out. And the Jirachi, of course, does come out. I think I just sack off Venusaur here. Yes, I do. I just sack off Venusaur here. There's not much I can see Venusaur doing at this point, so I'm like, screw it. I have other things to take out the Crook. So I let him get the Heart Stamp. He flinches me, and then he knocks me out, which is fine. So I'm like, alright, now I'm just going to go out into Camerupt and try to hit a Fire Blast off on this thing and see if I can just get rid of it. He gets the hell out because he doesn't want a Fire Blast coming his way, so I Mega Evolve, and Mega Camerupt obtains his first kill of the season on especially defensive Mon, mind you. So he takes out the Florges. Mega Camerupt gets his first kill in the UAL. He goes back out to Aladdin. I'm like, shit, I'm not taking a Fake Out very well with Armageddon. So I go out into Latios, take the Fake Out, not very well, mind you. And I just go straight up for the Draco Meteor. And he switches out to the Jirachi. He doesn't really do much to the Jirachi. I think it did, what, maybe 30%, 25%? Actually, I can see right on the screen, but whatever. So I go out into Escavalier thinking I can just get a knockoff on this. I think I can two-hit KO him with knockoff. Where he is at health-wise now, but he just keeps on hitting Iron Heads. And I'm going to start flinching, and this goes on for a little bit. So, yeah, and this, it kind of gets a little... I think I get one knockoff here. I get one knockoff there. And then it kind of, yeah. Well, just watch. So I finally hit a knockoff after all that. That's just the beauty of RACHI. RACHI can do that to you. So he goes out to his King Crook, and I'm like, all right, I can just try to Mega Horn this thing. I think I might be able to take it out. I'm not sure. It depends how physically defensive he is. I don't think he is, but I missed the Mega Horn, and he's able to take me out. He's going to be able to take me out at this point. So I'm just like, I'm going to try and switch out, go to Latios, hit a Draco, and maybe take this thing out. He goes to the Earthquake. Obviously, I'm immune. So I go for the Draco. He switches out to Excelgor. Great use. You know what? He didn't get to use the Excelgor, but he used it really great as Death Fodder. And that's one thing I think that's really underrated in draft leagues is the use of Death Fodder and how you use it. And here's where I make a really stupid mistake. I go to my Lotic thinking it has enough actual health to live the rocks, and I'm like, it doesn't. I don't even know why I did that. That was a brain crap on my end. Medichamp's just going to go with the Fake Out and just going to finish off Camera Up with the high jump kick. I don't do well against hard-hitting fighting Megas for some reason. Like, Lopunny destroyed me last week, and this week, Medicham destroys me. So we're going to go down 2-0 to Zamcro in the Blackmont Raikougars. Zamcro, that was a really good game. I had a lot of fun playing that game, actually. So I've had a lot of fun playing both these games. I've lost both the games, but it hasn't been, like, really, like, by a really bad margin or anything like that. I would have loved to, you know, take out the Medicham, because actually Medicham is my least favorite Pokemon, so it would have been really nice to take out that Medicham, but Zamcro used it perfectly. So yeah, good game, Zamcro. I will see you guys next week for week number 3. Hopefully I can do a little better and not lose 2-0 again. Maybe I'll lose 5-0, but maybe I'll be in a battle that lasts less than 45 turns. Last week is 46, this week is 45, but good game, Zamcro. He will be linked down in the description. He makes really good videos. He's a really good battler, so that's why I lost to him. But no, until next week, guys. Yeah, bye!